Most romance anime end with a confession. But what happens after the I love you? What happens when two people actually decide to build a life together through the quiet mornings, awkward moments, and shared dreams? Today, we're looking at 10 romance anime where couples get married early and where love isn't just a feeling, it's a choice one day at a time.
In his second life granted by a mysterious god, Hiraku just wants a peaceful existence, away from the chaos of modern life. Reborn into a fantasy world, he builds a small farm from nothing, turning wilderness into a cozy village filled with unique beings, vampires, elves, and even angels. His once lonely life becomes one of connection and community. What begins as a simple farming life soon grows into something far bigger, a home shared with many wives and families that form around him naturally. The anime doesn't dwell on big wedding scenes, but shows marriage as part of everyday life, where love flourishes through shared meals, teamwork, and mutual respect. It's a slow, wholesome journey about how relationships, even multiple ones, grow when kindness and effort lead the way. Beyond romance, it's a warm comfort watch that celebrates the joy of creating a peaceful life surrounded by love.
This anime starts right after the wedding. No dramatic chase scenes or love confessions, just two people learning how to live together. Kaoru is a hard-working office lady, while her husband, Hajime, is a hardcore otaku whose world revolves around anime, games, and blogging. Their personalities couldn't be more different, and that's what makes their marriage so entertaining. Each short episode explores the daily comedy of married life, from miscommunication and awkward hobbies to genuine moments of affection. Their marriage isn't about perfection, but about two people who love each other despite opposite lifestyles. Through their funny misunderstandings and quiet compromises, the anime paints marriage as something imperfect but deeply human. It's a slice of life that doesn't try too hard to be romantic. It's simply honest about the joy and absurdity of living with someone you truly care about. Short, fast-paced, and filled with relatable humor, it's one of the most grounded portrayals of modern marriage in anime. Set in Japan's Taisho era, this gentle story follows Tamahiko, a boy left paralyzed and exiled by his wealthy family. His life takes a soft turn when Yuzuki, a cheerful girl, arrives at his home, claiming to be his fiancée. She brings warmth to his isolated world, slowly helping him rediscover happiness and purpose. Their relationship blossoms naturally, built on care and companionship rather than dramatic passion. Marriage comes quietly and beautifully, an extension of the love they've already nurtured. What makes their story stand out isn't the act of getting married itself, but the way their bond heals old wounds and creates a new sense of belonging. The show's gentle tone, period atmosphere, and sincere emotion make it feel timeless. Taisho Otome Fairy Tale reminds viewers that marriage isn't always about fireworks. Sometimes it's a quiet promise to never leave someone's side, even in their darkest days. Think of spending your entire life with someone, then suddenly getting the chance to relive your youth together. That's exactly what happens to Shozo and Ine, an elderly couple who one day wake up as their younger selves. After decades of marriage, they now look like they did in their 20s, yet their love and memories remain just as old and wise. Their marriage isn't new or uncertain. It's built on decades of shared laughter, arguments, and quiet mornings. The anime explores how it feels to fall in love again with the same person you've always loved. It's sweet, humorous, and unexpectedly emotional. The fantasy twist only highlights what really matters, the enduring bond between two people who've seen life's highs and lows together. Watching them rediscover youth while keeping the same old tenderness is pure joy, a celebration of love that never fades, no matter how much time passes. In a world divided between humans and beasts, a young girl named Sarafi is chosen as the next human sacrifice, meant to be offered to the Beast King. But instead of dying, she captures his heart. Their relationship begins in the most unlikely way,
A ritual meant for death becomes a story of love, courage, and eventual marriage. Their union challenges centuries of prejudice, turning what was once a symbol of fear into a bridge between two worlds. The marriage between Sarafi and the Beast King isn't just romantic, it's symbolic, representing trust, equality, and the power of compassion to change even ancient traditions. The anime mixes fantasy politics with emotional storytelling, making their love feel both grand and deeply personal. With its rich world building, beautiful art, and emotionally charged moments, this series shows how love can literally reshape kingdoms, proving that marriage can be both intimate and revolutionary.
Kotoko has been in love with the brilliant but cold Naoki Irie for years, even after being rejected in the most humiliating way possible. Fate, however, traps them under one roof after her house collapses, forcing them to live together. What starts as one-sided affection slowly evolves into mutual love, and surprisingly early in the story, marriage. Their married life is messy, funny, and full of growth. Kotoko's clumsiness and Naoki's emotional walls create plenty of conflict, but they also bring genuine warmth as the couple learns what real love means beyond school crushes. The anime's biggest strength lies in showing the awkward, realistic stages after the happily ever after. From domestic chaos to family responsibilities, Itazura na Kiss follows their journey well into adulthood. It's a nostalgic, heartfelt look at how marriage changes people, not into perfect partners, but into ones who keep trying, no matter how different they are.
Tatsu used to be the most feared yakuza in the city, the immortal dragon. Now he's a full-time husband, devoted to supporting his wife, Miku. Their marriage flips the usual power dynamic. She's the breadwinner, and he's the one cooking, cleaning, and handling household chores with terrifying intensity. The show's comedy comes from Tatsu applying gangster-level seriousness to everyday domestic life. Yet beneath all the absurd humor, it's also one of the most wholesome depictions of marriage in anime. There's mutual respect, no forced gender roles, and a genuine sense of partnership. Miku loves him not for who he was, but for the person he chooses to be now. Their dynamic shows that marriage doesn't have to be dramatic or traditional. Sometimes it's just about supporting each other's weirdness with love and laughter. It's fast, funny, and oddly inspiring in its own chaotic slice-of-life way. Nasa Yuzaki's life changes the moment he meets Takasa, a mysterious girl who saves him from an accident. He confesses on the spot, and to his surprise, she agrees, but only if he marries her first. Within minutes, they become husband and wife, and that's where the story truly begins. Tonikawa is all about the charm of newlywed life. Every episode is a cozy look at two people learning the rhythms of love, trust, and companionship. The marriage here isn't a finale, it's the starting line for something adorable and sincere. Nasa's curiosity about Tsukasa's past adds mystery, while their domestic moments bring endless warmth. It's wholesome, soft, and full of quiet humor that makes you smile without even realizing it. Tonikawa proves you don't need conflict or heartbreak to tell a good love story. Sometimes marriage itself is the adventure worth watching unfold. Set during World War II, Suzu Urano's life changes when she marries Susaku and moves into his family's home in Hiroshima. Her marriage is arranged, and at first, she barely knows her husband. But through small acts of kindness, daily struggles, and the quiet horror of war, their relationship deepens. Marriage here isn't about fantasy or passion, it's survival, companionship, and finding hope in the simplest things. The anime captures Suzu's transformation from a shy young bride into a woman of strength and resilience. Through her eyes, we see how love adapts to tragedy, and how marriage can be a refuge, even in times of despair. The art and storytelling are breathtakingly realistic, painting a vivid picture of ordinary life during extraordinary times. It's one of those rare stories that remind us marriage isn't always glamorous. Sometimes it's simply about holding on to someone's hand when the world is falling apart. In a world where supernatural abilities define social status, Mio Saimori grows up unloved and abused until she's forced into an arranged marriage with Kyoka Kudo, a powerful military officer known for being cold and ruthless. But what begins as obligation soon turns into a healing, genuine bond. Their marriage happens early in the story, setting the stage for emotional transformation. Through Kyoka's kindness and patience, Mio learns what love and safety truly mean. Their relationship isn't rushed or idealized. It grows from mutual understanding and quiet support. The anime stands out with its elegant art style, subtle magic elements, and mature tone. It's not just about romance, it's about two broken people building something pure together. My Happy Marriage proves that even in a world obsessed with power, the greatest strength can come from gentle affection and emotional growth shared between husband and wife. Marriage can mean many things: comfort, chaos, or even a fresh start. These anime remind us it's not about the ceremony, but the life that follows. Which of these stories touched you most? Let me know below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into heartfelt anime worlds.